Next version you starts now.
Leaders are readers, the habit that changes everything. She didn't grow up with clarity, no clear roadmap, no perfect guidance, no step-by-step plan laid out in front of her, just questions. Questions about who she could become, questions about what was possible, questions that no one around her seemed able to answer. At that moment, most people would have accepted it, accepted the limits of their environment, accepted the ceiling placed above them, accepted that maybe this was just how things were. But something in her refused. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly refused. Because even though she didn't have the answers, she believed they existed, somewhere. And that belief, it changed everything. Because while others reached for distractions, she reached for direction. While they scrolled endlessly, lost in noise that filled time but built nothing, she sat still, curious, focused, searching. At first, it wasn't easy. The silence felt different, unfamiliar, because choosing growth in a world built on distraction always feels uncomfortable at the start. But she stayed. While others binged shows, she opened pages, not for entertainment, but for understanding. And slowly, something shifted. Because books, they gave her what her environment couldn't. Perspective. Voices from people who had lived differently, thought differently, built differently. People who had faced struggle and found a way through it. At that moment, she wasn't just reading words. She was meeting mentors, leaders, thinkers, builders, all speaking to her through pages written long before she arrived. And that changed how she saw everything. Because suddenly, her situation didn't feel permanent. It felt temporary. Because if someone else had figured it out, so could she. And that realization, it lit something inside her. A quiet fire. Not loud enough for the world to notice, but strong enough to keep her going. So she kept reading, day after day, night after night. When no one was watching, when no one was clapping, when no one even knew. Because this wasn't about attention. It was about transformation. And transformation happens in silence. At that moment, her habits started to separate her. While others searched for shortcuts, she searched for wisdom. While they looked for quick wins, she built long-term understanding. Because she understood something deeper. You can only lead at the level you grow. And she wanted to grow. Not just in knowledge, but in perspective, in mindset, in identity. So she didn't rush it. She didn't skim the surface. She absorbed, reflected, applied. Because reading isn't powerful on its own. It's what it turns you into that changes everything. And slowly, that change became visible. Not in loud ways, not in dramatic shifts, but in how she thought, how she spoke, how she carried herself. Because she wasn't reacting anymore. She was responding. With clarity, with intention, with depth. And people noticed. At first, they couldn't explain it. There was something different about her. The way she listened, the way she understood things beyond the surface, the way she spoke with quiet confidence without needing validation. Because she wasn't guessing anymore. She was grounded, built on ideas that had stood the test of time. And that's what made her different. Not louder, Not flashier, deeper. And depth, it attracts. Because in a world full of noise, clarity stands out. At that moment, she wasn't trying to lead, but people started following. Not because she demanded it, not because she chased it, but because she embodied something real. Growth, consistency, transformation. And that's what people are drawn to. Not perfection, but progress. So when they asked her, "How did you become the leader you are?" they expected something else. A moment, a breakthrough, a shortcut they could copy. But she knew it wasn't any of that. It was quiet, simple, consistent, built over time, in moments no one saw. So she answered, calm, certain, unshakable. Leaders are readers. Because that's where it started. Not in a big opportunity, not in a sudden change, but in a decision. To grow when it would have been easier not to. To learn when no one was asking her to. To become someone different before the world ever noticed. And here's the truth. You don't need all the answers to start. You just need the willingness to search for them. Because somewhere right now, there's a version of you waiting. Not for the perfect moment, not for someone to show you the way, but for a decision. To pick up something that challenges you. To sit in silence. To grow quietly. Because the version of you people admire later is built in moments they never see. Page by page, thought by thought, decision by decision, until one day it shows. And when it does, they'll ask how you did it. And the answer will be simpler than they expect.